Hello and welcome to another SolidWorks Electrical video. In this video, I'm going to show how to sort of create the bill of materials. And there's not frankly, a whole lot to make a real in-depth video out of because a lot of the bill of material generation is entirely automatic. There are realistically only some things that we can do to sort of customize it, make it look the way we want it to look. But the actual creation is just a couple of clicks. It is as simple as being in our electrical project, and I've got the project open that I've sort of been doing all of these videos with. It is a mess. I would never call this finished. I got kind of stuff scattered all over as I've done the various videos demonstrating things, right? Some 2D layout stuff. And let's start to close some drawings just because my tabs are getting. But that's sort of the idea. Is I've got a project here with just a bunch of stuff in it to sort of demonstrate to you the viewer how we do some of these things. So to get a bill of material, really simple. On electrical project, on the tab electrical project, I'm going to click reports. Over here are all the reports that are available to us. And we can create new ones, but these are the defaults. Bill of materials right up top. And you'll notice I've got a lot more symbols than this in here, but these are the only ones that have part numbers associated with them. Because as I demonstrate various things, I just haven't been grabbing part numbers. I haven't been finishing it out. So we can also these are the reports we can generate. The drawings list already exists. That's already our sheet number 2. We don't need to redo that. Cables, lists of cables. We don't have any cables in here. That'll be a future video. That comes in handy because it's like a bill of material, but for cables. It also shows us what cables we need at what length, where the individual pins to cables go, that kind of thing. Lists of wires I have not found very useful, but I suppose it can be if again, if we were doing production stuff, if we were going to build 100 of these, and we took the time to define the length of each individual wire so that we could sort of batch cut them or something, it would be great. I haven't found much use for a wire list. Cable list, absolutely. Future video, because I don't have any cables in this project right now. Future video. But right now, and drawing list already exists. But right now, we're just going to focus on the bill of material. So I'm going to literally, I mean, as a default, just click generate drawings, right? Drawings list, bill of material. I can just check which ones I want it to create. It should not create a new drawing list, I don't think. It didn't. It would have updated that one. So let's close. It already knows page 2 is the drawing list. So it just updated it and added, um, the layout drawings, a terminal strip, and even the bill of materials, which I already put in here, right? Already put in here. Now, this is ugly. This is ugly. I have hexagons here that are sort of, infringing on my table. Plus, as the designer, they're damaging my calm. So I don't like that. I'm going to title block replace, and I'm going to go to the B without columns. Right. I have also seen a lot of students forget that step. I only want to change the selected drawing, just selected only, to just do this one. That way, like the schematics still have the columns. But here, I don't want columns. I don't want columns, right? I want the tables to be clear. So by default, that's literally what, 3 clicks to get a workable bill of materials in here. And it tells me, right, 2 16-point input modules. I don't remember putting 2 in. Did I put 2 in? Let's check. The PLC. I did. 16 point. Oh, this still exists. I deleted this, I think, in the video where I showed you how to create your own symbol. I think I deleted that. Let's double check. Power. So I deleted it from the schematic, and this is an important note. If I go back, I'm going to close everything but the BOM. Let's close everything but the BOM. Also, do not recommend walking around in public talking about BOMs, even though we know it's a bill of material. Could lead to some not good days. So I deleted the schematic symbol for this N602, but it still exists in here as a PLC with PLC components and with terminal strips and with cables. Just deleting them from the schematics is not enough. If you truly do not need this, you have to delete it from that manager, from the terminal manager, from the cable manager, in this case, from the PLC manager. Uh, it does. Where? Function, location. So it wouldn't let me delete it because it says it's still in a schematic. Did I not just click through all of the schematics? Line di. Oh, it's not on the line diagram. But while I'm here, by the way, line diagrams should not have columns either. So I'm going to replace that while I'm here. That's an aside. Selected only. This line diagram, I bet that was the example I used, N602. So to delete it, that's got to go away. Now back to my project and PLCs, and it's still there, even though there shouldn't be a symbol left. Delete, yes. Symbols exist. Where? Symbols exist. Where do symbols exist? 2D footprint. I used it to demonstrate how to create I've used it for a few demos, apparently. I used it to demonstrate creating this. N602 exists. Delete. Now. Now we should be clear. And now it's gone. There's no schematic left. It deleted itself. Okay. So it's gone. But now I've deleted N602. N602, though, is still on my bill of materials. These get created automatically. They do not get updated automatically as things get added and deleted. So again, 3 clicks. Reports, right? Generate drawings. They're still checked. Okay. What am I? I think I'm at 3 clicks, right? I lost count. I wasn't actually counting. It's not that I lost it. It's that I wasn't actually counting. It's updated. Now I've only got 1 over here, quantity 1 of that input card. But it also changed my title block back. I don't like that. Let's go to reports. Let's select this. If I double click, I should get the properties. Or I could just click properties. That works too. And I can change like literally everything here. So what I need to find is the right tab for the title block. Columns. So you can also change columns. Layout. Default title block. No title block selected. Default title block from project configuration will be used. Can I select edit? Well, let's go to the project configuration then. I was in the wrong spot then, apparently. Electrical project configurations. PLC drawing. It's probably under drawing style. I gotta think. No, that's sort of default. Config project maybe. Title block. There we go. Scheme line diagram report. Generally speaking, with the report, we're going to want the whole page open, so we don't want 2 columns. Generally speaking, we want a single column, but why won't you let me edit that? Here. Do I got to do it here? No. Search. There we go. Be without column. There. Now it updated. Apply. Do nothing. I don't want to risk changing everything. But I'm going to delete this bill of material now. And again, not a big deal to delete. I don't know what it actually deleted. Delete? I'm not sure what I deleted. It confirmed something. Anyway, I mean, 1, 2. Now I deleted it, so it unchecked it. So I'm not counting that as a 3rd click. This is my 3rd click. And I get drawings, right? 3 clicks and I get drawings. Bill of materials is back. It's got the right title block. That's as quick as it is to create the bill of materials. Now, if we look, the terminal strips in a previous video, I talked about creating terminal strips. You can see the way I created them, right? I added the 20 terminal strips. Boom. I also, to just the first terminal, also attached an end plate, 2 end blocks, and 2 jumpers. And those show up in our bill of materials, right? Two of the jumpers, 2 of the end brackets, and 1 end plate. And that's why I did it that way in that video, was to demonstrate that you need to do that to show up in the video. But we've also got Now, again, I haven't assigned part numbers to everything that I have in these schematics because most of these schematics were done as demonstrations, but we've also got like the fuse. I also showed how to add a fuse to the fuse holder. So we got the fuse holder here. We have a fuse here. Um, yeah, we got a BOM, right? A bill of materials, at least for the stuff that has manufacturer parts associated with it. And I guarantee there are symbols in here that I didn't put manufacturer parts on. They won't show up on the bill of materials. It's important, though, to make sure every schematic symbol you have has a bill of materials or has a manufacturer part. So I'm going to delete this because I also want to demonstrate how to sort of customize this a little bit. Um, so I'm going to go back to my project. I'm going to go to my reports. Now, simple customization is done from right here. So sort of simple customization, I've got filters, right? And I can do some things. Do not show excluded parts. There are parts, and there are various reasons, and this is a very advanced topic that I may not even do a video on. You can exclude certain parts from the bill of materials, and there's a keyword that you can use when you create the manufacturer part. I use that a lot when I'm doing something like, let's say, a cabinet layout, right? Primarily a cabinet layout. We're doing the back plane. But a lot of times we also need an HMI cutout in the door or an E-stop cutout in the door. So we also need to do a layout for the door. The way that SolidWorks Electrical handles layouts is every time I bring in the back plane or the cabinet, it brings it in as each symbol. Like I need a front view of the cabinet, I need a side view of the cabinet. Well, guess what? That adds two cabinets. That is not good. So that hidden manufacturer part, I will create, say, cabinet XYZ, and I call it phantom, but hidden, right? Cabinet XYZ hidden. So I can use the hidden version for like the side view or a top view and not get three cabinets on my BOM. So it's an advanced thing. I don't know if it's that necessary. I don't know if it's worthy of its own video. Maybe a short. Maybe I should break into YouTube Shorts. Hey, but it is a thing. But we've got filters, so we can filter some stuff. Maybe not what we want to do. Let's check the properties of the bill of materials because we can also change sort and break is kind of the big one, right? So sort and break, these are all of the different fields in the bill of materials. These are all the fields that we can use to organize, right? All these are all variable names, columns. They're variable names. Right now, by default, right? By default, it's going to sort by manufacturer first, reference, which is the part number next, the order number, and then the location ID, right? It's going to sort in this, so it'll sort by manufacturer. And if we look, I'd have to get all the way out, but if we look at the bill of material, it'll be alphabetical by manufacturer, right? Then it'll be alphabetical by the mark, and then so on and so forth. Break, that's where, and I am going to get out of this for that purpose. Oh, first I need to create the bill of material so you can see it again. Generate drawings. Check it again because I deleted it. And it's just this quick to create the bill of material. It's all automatic for us. And from here, we can even export it to Excel. Just hit Excel export and then send the Excel file to our vendors. It's beautiful. Will you quote this Excel sheet, please? So here. So you'll see we're alphabetical by manufacturer, then we're alphabetical by part number, 1492C, 1492F, and that's because of those settings. So I'm gonna leave it here for now. But if I go to again, reports and properties of that bill of material, so I can change on that tab, sort and break. Break, the break is what it is telling it to break. And you notice that manufacturer was clicked. That's where these headers come from. Whatever we break according to, in this case, manufacturer, is where we're going to get these headers. What I like to do is sort of break by vendor and maybe by manufacturer. after that. So on, again, reports, I'm going to edit my bill of material properties. And I want to find manufacturer in this list of options that I have. Or not manufacturer, vendor. So these things are all there already. Com ID, article numbers, not what we want. Supplier. Okay, not vendor. Supplier is what they call it. Supplier. So I'll add that. I want to bump it way to the top. And now I know for a fact I did not add supplier names to all of those parts, but I'm going to select break. I'm going to apply. Right now my default's changed. The drawing is not yet updated because it's not automatic. I think I could just update. And actually, no, that won't change the drawing. We do have to, it'll change this view, but we do have to actually generate drawings to get both. Okay. All right, close, close. So now, because H.H. Barnum and Weidmuller were selected both as breaks, I get H.H. Barnum dash Weidmuller. I would get H.H. Barnum. They also rep Banner. I would get H.H. Barnum dash Banner. That's one way to do it. I mean, realistically, we could also just like I'm trying to remember. I don't remember how exactly I preferred it. I think I personally like just breaking on vendor. Um, and then so I'm going to apply that. I'm going to close it just to, show what that ends up looking like. Generate the drawings. And then we can modify our bill of material further in other ways. Now, the downside for me showing this in a video is I only have to get this stuff set up once. So this video needs to be like evergreen and last forever because once it's done, right? Those defaults are set. Uh, so now I have H.H. Barnum. I am not broken out by vendor. In fact, right now, supplier is not even a thing on this table. Okay, it's not even a thing on the table. Um, and these are all the parts I didn't assign a manufacturer to. So if you don't assign a supplier, if you don't assign a supplier, you just get a big lump, right? That's not assigned to anybody. But you can imagine now this would be H.H. Barnum, everything. Banner and Weidmuller would be mixed in here just in alphabetical order, just in alphabetical order. And in fact, I'm gonna cheat. Do I want to cheat? I don't want to cheat because I don't want to screw up my database. Um, I don't want to screw up my database. I was thinking I would cheat and create a part number cheat just to get it in here, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to cheat. I want to be solid, but I do want to change my properties and show you how to change sort of the layout of that table. And that's just simply in columns. So really, we got BOM supplier name. That comes from, we told it to break that way. But we've got reference, right? That's reference, mark, description, quantity. And we can get rid of the row number. I'm not, I don't have strong opinions about it. One like this is item one, item two. That to me doesn't really matter, because we don't really care what the row number is. But we could. Can I just get rid of that column? Can I? Why aren't you? You're not letting me click anything. Why not? There we go. Double click. Double click. Click in the blank. Click here. Right click there. Is that why? Right click. Okay. So I can get rid of that if I don't like it. Just get rid of it. And it got rid of that row number, right? I honestly don't remember. I think I left it there in my default, my older layouts, but that's fine. I like to lead though with the manufacturer. Okay. And I can drag that over to the front. Manufacturer now. So manufacturer reference. Mark, I personally don't care about when I'm looking at my bill of materials. I really don't. I've had customers that like it that way. Um, I've had customers that like it that way. I personally don't care. So, I mean, personally, I'm going to get rid of Mark. That's just telling you, like, for circuit breaker, CB 101 is this circuit breaker right on the BOM, and I don't care. I mean, it's in the schematic if we really want to look. Um, I suppose, though, now that I think about it, it does help. It's another piece of information. It does help. Because if we're looking at the schematic and we see circuit breaker 101, we can come back here, find it in the list, in the bill of materials, and find it in the bill of materials and know which one it is. Verify that we got the right one in our hands. So I suppose I'll leave it in there because I'm the guy that's always the fan of that's always the fan of yeah, of clarity. So now, since we're sorting by supplier, we probably should throw stock number in there. That's like, this is the number I'm actually ordering, right? I'll probably throw it in after reference. So manufacturer reference should be their part number and then the vendor's stock number. Okay. And we don't necessarily have to call it stock number. We could change this text. This text we can change. These are just the variable names that it brings in by default. Manufacturer, reference, stock number, whatever, right? So I'm going to go back to sort and make sure. So supplier name, we're sorting, we're breaking. BOM, manufacturer, reference. I want to sort on the order. I basically want them to match, and you have to sort of manually make them match. So I want to go manufacturer, reference, stock number, and then whatever else it has. I don't care what the. So again, manufacturer, reference, stock number. Manufacturer, reference, and down here somewhere I got to find stock number. Stock number. So manufacturer, reference, supplier name is what we're breaking on. So sorting by manufacturer, reference, and then move stock number up. Move stock number up. Apply, close. And I'm going to generate the drawing just so we can see the updated tables. Close, close. You can see it's a, ooh, ew. We can fix that. We can fix that pretty easily. And you'll notice we also probably need to change some column widths, right? We probably, because, we're way outside our page. So, fix what we broke, right? Obviously, we don't need to list Weidmuller 600 times. We don't need to list this stock number 600 times. This one, in fact, only lists one. So, the trick is, like off the top of my head telling you this, I don't remember exactly how to get this down to one. But, oh, that is one part. I notice here, this only has one, right? There's two parts, but it only lists it once, right? So, let's go back in to the reports and basically I'm going to take a look and see if I can't make it match something else because I didn't want to generate. I want to look at properties. And we want to be on the columns. Let's see. Merge rows is a thing. Reference is probably what we want because reference only shows up once, right? So let's merge manufacturer. Ooh, maybe we can't merge multiple. Duplicate in list. So let's merge manufacturer. Let's not allow it to duplicate the reference or the stock number. We don't really have that choice over the mark. It's gonna, but let's apply, close, and those, I mean, they do effectively what they say they do. So let's do that. Okay. Generate our report. Close, close. There we go. Oh, so it's showing 21. Oh, maybe we can't merge. Okay, maybe we can't merge manufacturer. Maybe we have to merge reference. Ooh, we're getting tricky now. We're getting tricksy. We're seeing some live, unplanned, unscheduled, unverified. So we apparently we can't merge that. Let's merge references. And that should only allow the references to merge if they actually equal. If they actually equal. With two different part numbers, it should not allow them to merge. But then I probably want to get rid of the duplicate manufacturer, I'm thinking. So I'm going to try that. And again, creating a bill of material table takes, 3 clicks. You click generate drawings and update it. If you don't like it, we can always play around with the settings. Like I may do that even off video, just to get it exactly the way I like it. We can play. There we go. We're separate now. 20 and 1. Right, we're separate, and we only have one here, one Weidmuller in each, one stock number. So those are the right settings for what I wanted to do. Then the question becomes, column width. Um, we could probably stand to shorten description and quantity. Description's gonna wrap anyway. But again, we go to reports, and that should be, again, have not done this in a minute. That should be in our columns, and yeah, we have a width here. We just have a straight up width. So I don't know if these are inches, what they are. I'm just going to guess based on ratios that I see. Manufacturer seems long enough. Reference seemed long enough. Stock number seemed long enough. Mark could probably stand to be the same length as those. Um, I'm going to make these all 1.5, in fact. Shorten them all up because these manufacturer, reference, and stock number. Manufacturer may be a little longer because Allen Bradley was longer than Weidmuller. I remember that. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Let's shut this down to 8.5 and see what happens. Right? I don't have a real clear idea of what 9.5 or 8.5 mean. I don't know if they're actual units, what they are, but again, it doesn't take much to just test, especially with these automatic drawings. You don't like it, we can always change it back. That's still kind of close. I mean, it's okay, it fits. I might go a little smaller just to try to even up the margins, but I'm picky that way. Notice this line automatically repped the description when we made it shorter, so you can play around. But yeah, so now we've got broken out by vendor, which is the way I like to show it. Especially the way I like to look at these drawings and the documentation, and the reason that I say over document, right? If there's a description field, if there's something that lets you be clear, use it, isn't necessarily because of you. If you're designing these, odds are strong you know what you did, right? Even if it's 10 years down the road, you know your style sort of intuitively, and you know how to find things. If it's 10 years down the road, there's a maintenance guy that say just got out of school, just started on your floor, and he has to fix this machine. He may not have any idea where you buy one of these terminal blocks. By breaking it out by vendor, he at least knows who to call. Right? This thing broke. I need one of these. I gave him the vendor right here. Now, obviously, there's no contact information, but their name is there. Like, this is where you get it from. So that's why I like to break it out by vendor, on top of, again, the addition that when you export this to a spreadsheet through the reports tab, when you export this to a spreadsheet, you can just copy the rows from that vendor, send them to the vendor, and say, hey, quote this. I mean, it's clean. So, and with that, I think we're going to wrap the video. That's just about all there is to show about bill of materials. Again, off screen, I may go back and tweak, looks, mostly appearance. This is really all the columns that I would want, and it's broken up by vendor the way I would want. So mostly I would just tweak margins and sizes and things. But we're going to call the video there. Hopefully that was informational. Hopefully you find some of that useful and appreciate sort of how powerful and why in previous videos I stressed so much getting all of this manufacturer and reference data in there. So again, with that, thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in a future video.